Good morning, good morning to you also, Andrew.
Thank you.
Good morning,
And I
Isaac.
see
Good
Aaron,
morning.
and I see Lucille, and I see John.
Lucille, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. Good morning. It's wonderful to see all of you.
Morning, Stephanie.
Aaron, you're looking.
Hi.
Hello. Were you going to say something, Lucille?
I said, Aaron, you're looking good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You look handsome.
Oh, you look beautiful. You're the star. You're the star here.
Is
Thank you,
Dennis?
JP, for your work today.
Hi, Isaac.
Hello,
Hi, Isaac.
Lucille.
Hi,
Hello.
Isaac.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi.
Morning, Linda.
Morning, everyone. Morning, Aaron.
Good
Hello.
Miss
morning.
Lucille, I haven't seen you forever. You look great.
Chris, I love your background. Where is that?
Hi there.
Oh, Chris,
Hi, Preston.
Hi.
is that a Taj Mahal hotel?
No, that is the in Granada, Spain.
The
Yeah,
Alhambra.
Alhambra.
That's it. Wonderful.
Morning, Mary.
Hello, Aaron. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am good. I want to just check in and say thank you. I'm going to have the chili later, but my daughter just called and I have to go pick her up.
Oh,
But I just
okay.
wanted to say I'm disappointed that I can't eat chili together with you. So thank you to all of you who put the chili cook-off together. But I'm going to just say hello and now I'm going to go say goodbye.
Thank you, Mary. Okay, good to see you.
Bye, Mary.
Hello, Sean. And we have Robert H. Is that Bob Houston?
That's Bob Houston.
Okay. Welcome, Bob. Good to see you, if you're there. And Stephanie, will I be handing over the meeting to you or to Mitch?
Mitch is going to be the host.
Okay. And you'll prompt me for when I need to share the video?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, what we're going to do is Julie Campoy is going to talk, and Russ and and then I think towards the end, then we can do the video and then we can all talk.
Okay.
Hi, Andrew. How are you?
I am fine. And yourself?
I'm good. If you were here, you could have chili, huh?
Oh, that sounds good. You're making me hungry. I didn't have any lunch.
Well, we've been having fun here. It's been good.
I'll bet.
That's right, Andrew. It's already 1 o'clock for you.
That's right. And I've been busy collapsing boxes so I can get rid of all our moving boxes.
I don't need dinner tonight.
Hi, Barbara.
Hey, Aaron, good to see you again.
Good to see you again. Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie and JP, for your help.
Our pleasure. And we have our official Rotary outfit.
Ah,
Yeah, those are nice.
So
Hey, Lucille.
Well, which one of these is yours?
No, all three of those are yours.
Hi,
Ready
Russ.
to try because we got to tell them what's better.
hi, Russ.
And that's
Hey,
sour
guys.
cream, which you can put in any of them. What's your fork?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll get started in a few minutes.
Look who is next to Dennis. Dennis Neer.
Yep.
Is
Yeah.
that little
Polly.
Paul?
Mhm.
little Paul, yeah.
Hi.
Russ, what do you have there?
This is from
This lunch is
Stephanie.
delicious. Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Good. I'm glad you guys are
Very
liking
good.
it. This is from Stephanie. She made sure I got this along
wow.
with the apron. And I got something else nobody else got. I got some good pizza coffee this morning.
Oh,
Thank
you
you,
know
Stephanie,
her.
for that.
Yeah, she's a good lady.
Great.
Thank you.
She made.
Well, now, whose is this?
Is someone's phone ringing?
Oh, so they're just.
Anyone hear that, or is it just me?
People.
I hear it.
One's recipes.
That's kind of annoying.
Okay,
There
I
was
think
no
it's
tag
off.
on that.
Oh, no.
So I had no idea.
That doesn't look like chili, but that's probably.
Oh, I think it was Lucille. Okay. Start in a few minutes. Bob Houston, long time no see. How are you?
Thank you.
Good to see you.
How are you feeling, Bob? You
Much better,
feeling
thank you. Yeah, I had a little bit of a reaction. I got my second Pfizer dose 2 days ago and I'm back.
Wonderful.
Great. Okay.
Well, Bob, looked like you, oh, you just canceled the other one.
Yeah, the firm just sent me a camera that I can actually hook up to our network. But it didn't seem, and this was my first attempt at using it. And it didn't seem to be responding. So I went back to my phone like I normally use.
Right. Hello, Nicole.
Hi,
Hi,
Nicole.
Isaac. How are you?
Yeah, good, doing well.
See you. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
What a lovely day to have chili.
Mhm.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Well,
I'm gonna
Russ,
wait to go get mine, actually.
I'm
we
sorry.
had a lot of help. Russ made some that's really good chili. I just tried it.
Glad you like it.
Oh,
And
that's so
Barbara's
sweet.
been indispensable here, having Julie Campoy and
Oh.
so the people from Gus's Barbecue donated the cornbread. So that's all thanks to Barbara. She's done a great job in helping us out.
That's because Barbara can't cook. Thank you.
And then
Dennis
and
is great.
Jean-Pierre's helping this morning packaging things, and
Oh,
so we're all
that's so
we're all
participatory.
yes,
So,
yes. So
Thank
it's
you
not
all.
me.
Good
It's
job.
everyone did it.
They're
So it's
tasty.
fun.
Stephanie Johnson, Mitch just sent me an email saying his Wi-Fi is not working. I've asked him to keep us posted.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're talking
Well,
about you.
so,
Shannon.
He's our MC, right?
Yeah, he's our
yeah, he
MC.
was, but I guess we have to, this is
make
COVID time. Plan B is always the operational plan, I think.
Yes.
So, but Aaron, if you'd like to go ahead and start.
Yeah, I'm gonna get started.
That's fine.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna get started a little early. The committee wants to start at 12:15. And we have some important announcements today, so. Okay, as we remember that February is Peace and Conflict Month in the Rotary world, I call the February 18th, 2021 meeting of the Rotary Club of San Marino to order. We are truly a club that
Makes a difference.
Makes a difference.
makes a difference. Thank you so much. Please stand and join me in reciting the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First,
Is it the
Is
truth?
it the truth?
second,
Is it fair to
Is
all?
it fair
to
to
all
all
concerned.
concerned?
third,
Will it
Will
build
it
goodwill and
Better
better friendships.
friendships.
Fourth,
Will
Would it be beneficial
beneficial
to all
all
concerned?
concerned. Thank you, Rotarians. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and invocation led today by Isaac Hung.
Let's start. I pledge
pledge
allegiance
The
to
flag.
the flag
the
of the United States of America and to the republic
Stands.
for which it stands,
one
a nation
Under
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
With
with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Rotarians, I wish to say Happy New Year, Chinese New Year to all of you. Here's my invocation. Eternal God, after one step into the new year, we continue to look to you for daily guidance as best expressed by the poet. Quote, and I said to the one who stood at the gate of the year, give me a light that I may tread safely into the unknown. And he replied, go out into the darkness and put your hand into the hands of God, that shall be to you better than light and safer than a known way. So let us remind and encourage one another as we cross that intangible line into the new year, that each new day be to us a new opportunity for service above self. Amen.
Thank you so much.
Amen.
Isaac.
Amen.
Always eloquent, always eloquent. Thank you, Isaac. Okay, introduction of guests. I don't see we had any guests. No, okay. If any come in, then we'll do that. Pass the polio pig.
Don't forget my guest.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dennis. Yes,
little
please,
Paul.
Dennis, do the honors.
That's fine.
Dennis, please do the honors.
Well, Paul's my neighbor, and Paul, you're almost 60 years old now, aren't you?
Almost, yeah.
And we'll have a big party for him when he's 60, I think. And he lives across the street and a couple of things down, but
Yeah,
everybody in San Marino knows Paul.
Yeah.
Paul.
They do.
Hi, Paul.
Paul,
Howdy,
welcome.
Paul. Welcome.
Oh, it's good to see you.
And we
Yeah.
also see Lily. Welcome, Lily.
Hi, Lily.
Hi, Lily.
Okay. And hello, Teddy. Good to see you too.
See you.
Okay. If everyone can please raise their envelopes and their donations. I see you, John, and Denise, and Nicole. Thank you so much. All right, perfect. Thank you so much, everyone, for contributing. All right, member birthdays. We have two birthdays on February 20th, Dennis Margadishan and Denise Wadsworth. Happy birthday, Denise. Right. Okay, member anniversaries. Fred Soul celebrates 17 years with our club on the 19th, so tomorrow. So congratulations to Fred. Wedding anniversaries, John McClurg and his wife Maria celebrate their 49th anniversary on February 19th. And Fritz Sears and his wife Gwen celebrate their 54th anniversary on February 18th. Okay, we're going to move on to announcements. We have important words from Linda Waugh. Linda?
Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, everyone. So, I wanted to share something with you, it kind of brought to mind after our COVID talk last week at the Rotary. So one of the boards, I sit on lots of boards, and one of the boards I sit on is the LA County 211 program, which is a call center for resources and services for everyone in the LA County. And on the board, one of the things that they've reported out is an increase in anti-hate crimes. And part of that has come from sort of fomentate. So some of this has come from any kind of anger by nationalizing COVID-19, which is on everybody's mind, and calling it things like the Chinese virus or the Kung Fu flu or the Wuhan virus. So, as Isaac pointed out, this is Lunar New Year for us, and many of our elderly Chinese are going out and they're shopping. And you may have seen on the news that there've been a lot of attacks against the Asian Americans. Elderly people are being assaulted, pushed down in the street. Some have been killed. And the LA County has said, most of the calls have been name calling, but some have been threats of physical abuse. Some of the businesses have been vandalized and graffiti. So I just wanted to share that with you. LA County has a whole kind of an awareness program. I was going to share some of the posters that they have. Let me see if I can do that. But they have posters. I have posters hanging in my, oh, okay. So only you share, that's okay, Aaron. But
No,
I can send it, that's okay. I can send it in the chat.
Okay.
But yeah, so they have posters just to create awareness. I have posters hanging in my window. We've shared it with schools. If anybody wants any, happy to share those with you. But I just wanted to make to create that awareness. And I know my fellow Rotarians, we all stand for benefit, for our communities and for doing good in our communities. So just wanted to share that all with you and for us all to create awareness and just really, being in an Asian American community in San Marino, I think it's important that we understand these issues. So thanks for letting me talk about this.
Thanks
for sharing, Linda.
Thank you. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. I agree with you.
Yeah. Considering that this is Peace and Conflict Month, and peace and conflict is one of Rotary's 7 areas of focus, I would like to read a statement from Rotary International that reaffirms our commitment to peace and conflict. And Rotarians, I will read this not from a lectern or from a soapbox. I read this so that I also can heed the words and that I may put it into practice myself. And let me go ahead and share my screen here and read that for you. At Rotary, we have no tolerance for racism, promoting respect, celebrating diversity, demanding ethical leadership, and working tirelessly to advance peace are central tenets of our work. We have more work to do to create more just, open, and welcoming communities for all people. We know that there are no easy fixes and that challenging conversations at work lie before all of us. Rotary's strength has long been our ability and commitment to bringing people together. We will tap into the strength now as we stand with those who are working for peace and justice. Rotary will do our part to listen, learn, and take action to ensure that we continue to contribute to make positive change. Thank you so much, Rotarians. Okay.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you all. Thank you. Okay, so next we have Brian Hatham with a quick announcement about Rotary Readers.
Yeah, good afternoon. As you know, Rotary Readers, we provide books to schools for school children. This year has been a little difficult because it's hard to get into the schools, but we selected 5 schools this week. As of Tuesday, I think 4 of the 5 schools had ordered their books, but I am informed that on Wednesday, the 5th school ordered its books. And the books have started to come in. I delivered the first load to Aldama Elementary School in Highland Park this morning. So hopefully we'll have some more deliveries in the future.
Thank you so much, Brian. Okay, a few more announcements, I promise, Stephanie. Okay, Mike Dreby reminds us that there's a charities board meeting next Thursday at 1:30 p.m. And then I also, I know that we gave Paul Broussard, Paul, if you're there, a round of applause last time when he wasn't here for taking over the music program. So we can do that once again. I don't see him online. I hope he's near his camera. So thank you, Paul, for taking over. That program is on March 18th. Did he just, oh no, March 18th, okay? And then I also wanted to thank Isaac and Grace for continuing to do the business, Isaac doing the business plan program, and then Grace for doing the art contest. Thank you both for continuing to do that, given these special challenges. So the business plan program will be on April 15th, and the art contest will be on April 22nd. So thank you both. Okay, lastly, Eats Meets West Gala is this Sunday. The Lunar New Year Gala is virtual, February 21st from 2 to 4 p.m. I will send a link very shortly. And our program for next week is Annick Bouclier on the history of French in California from the 18th and 20th centuries. We want to thank Stephanie Johnson and the programs committee for putting that together for us. All right, it looks like we have our host, and we made it. And can you hear us, Mitch? Okay, he's taking a. Mitch, can you hear us?
I do. I can't. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I've never been on this. I got a brand new app right now, so this is the first time I've ever used this.
It works.
Okay.
It's
Good.
working.
Barbara, I recognize that
filter's
background.
incredible, Mitch. The filter is incredible.
Well, great. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
I'm on a Rotary Zoom meeting. I could call you back. Thank you.
Oh, stay on. Why not?
They're Mitt. That's Mitt Cannon.
Hey, there's Paul. Paul's here. Paul,
Yeah.
is this your first Zoom meeting ever?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing, you guys. Right here, we have a first today. So we're all going to know where we were when we watched the Mars landing. It's going to be Paul's first Zoom meeting and also
Yeah.
the chili cook-off.
And all you have to do is know what it is.
Absolutely.
Man,
That's great.
you work for the paper.
Well, where are we in the meeting, Aaron? Now that I've just joined the meeting, where are we?
We are ready to begin. Would you like this to be an interactive thing, or do you want everyone to be on mute?
I think interactive would be
Okay, great.
good. I would appreciate
That's
that.
fine.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Is that good with you
Okay.
guys?
Yeah, whatever you like.
Okay, good. Well, you know what? I should probably put on my my Rotary apron for this.
Oh my God.
Since I got it just for this absolute purpose right here, which is great. And then Stephanie was nice enough to bring by these chilies as kind of a decorative type of an item. So I've got those. I moved my old mill poster just to use these for the chilies. They kind of have an odd aroma, but my room has an odd aroma anyway. I probably can't tell the difference. I have the agenda right here. It says, welcome introduction by Mitch. Did you guys already do an introduction, or should I go ahead and do that?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mitch.
And then I'll just tell you, we've got State of the City address by former Mayor Steve Todd. We're only expecting him to give us about a half hour or so. And then Julie from Julianne Little Paul is going to talk. So we've got a full agenda. I can't wait. I've got my chilies here. Over here, I'm watching the Mars rover sort of landing. And I'm glad to be here. So thank you all very much for joining this wonderful day, the chili cook-off. A very poignant day, as Little Paul is here, as we mentioned. Little Paul, of course, a former champion of the chili cook-off, so his presence would be is a must today. So we're really glad he's here. So what's going on? So welcome, thank you very much. We'll just skip the State of the City address. Maybe we'll get that later on from somebody who knows about the city. And then I guess we're going to talk to Julie. Is Julie on with us? Julie, you there? Julie Camboy?
I gave up.
Where's Julie? She there?
No, I don't see her.
We don't have Julie. Man, Julie is somebody we really want to hear from, who knows a lot about chili. That's for sure. Does everyone have their chili, by the way? Are you guys all ready to go and you have your cornbread and everything? So good.
It's been great, but Paul tells me that you don't know the days of the week, Mitch.
Why? Why don't I know the days of the week?
Isn't that right, Paul?
Well, yeah, because hey, you have to remember you put the date on the day of the third day, then it missed one day out of the 1 week.
Oh, I think what Paul doesn't like is that I put the date on the paper as Thursday, but I show up, but I bring him the paper on Wednesday. So apparently I don't know the days of the week, but I get that. That's the way it goes. That's the way
you get mixed up.
Yeah, I get mixed up. I know I do. I guess it's the pandemic, has got me all mixed up, Paul, these days. That's the way it is. Sorry about that. I hope in the next few weeks to remedy that problem. But thanks for being here today on your first Zoom call. Thank you, Paul.
Well, okay. I think Russ, why don't you give us your tips for your making chili, and we'll see if Julie was going to go first, but she's not here. So
perfect.
Okay, I'll fill in. All right, guys. So first, I want to thank Stephanie for getting us these containers. And I don't know if you noticed, but she also got us labels that we can put on there you go. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. And I want you to know I did this all by myself. I didn't ask for my wife's help at all. Not once. Okay, but the chili I did do by myself. And I was thinking about where, I got my inspiration for making chili. And many of you may know Owen Day, or remember Owen Day. Owen Day contributed to my recipe. Contribution was the beer. So he told me what my chili needed was beer, and I started putting fancy beer in. You guys might know about Boddington's or Newcastle, things like that. And he corrected me and told me, no, don't put expensive beer in there, put cheap beer in there. And I said, well, okay. I go, what kind of beer? And he said, Budweiser. So all these years I've been making my chili with bratwurst and with beer. And I'll tell you, I think Budweiser actually does taste better in the chili than expensive beer. So
That's the secret then,
that's
right?
that kind of key or secret.
Well, it's
Yeah.
very good,
And it
Russ.
works.
It's very
I
good.
will say thank you. I'm happy to hear that. That while I'm making my chili, I do drink beer, but I don't drink Budweiser while making it. I drink what I like. I drink a better beer, so something that doesn't give me a headache. So what's in my chili? Well, the beer was contributed by Owen Day, and then all of us know Warren Weber. Warren Weber told me about roasting yellow and orange peppers. So what I do with the yellow and orange peppers is I put them right on the fire and I roast them, almost burn them. And then once they're cooked, I take them off, cut off the edges, and I cut it up really fine, pull out all the seeds. You got to make sure you pull out all the seeds, and then get that into the mix. So for me, I like, again, the roasted peppers, diced tomatoes, kidney beans, and then lots and lots of garlic salt. If you haven't tasted the garlic salt, that's like my favorite ingredient is garlic salt. Then I've got chili powder in there, Italian seasoning, of course, pepper, the kidney beans I mentioned, minced garlic. I like a minced garlic. And then, of course, at the end, what I end up doing every time, just so you know, is I add more beer. I'm always adding more beer. You taste it, you add more beer. You're like, okay, it needs a little more beer, and then for a little spice, I add a little adobo sauce. It's like a chipotle adobo, and that gives it a little kick. And all those things come together. And what I usually do with my chili is I try to make it Tuesday night before this contest, which is Thursday. And then I add a little bit to it on Wednesday. So that means it can settle and sit for a little bit. I can change things, add some things. Other than that, sometimes I mince up some onions. You guys might taste some onions in there. I like onions. And then most of the meat that you're tasting is either bratwurst or Beyond Beef. So the Beyond Beef is really good. You can get Beyond Beef at most stores, but I like a Beyond sausage, and that's really tasty. I put it in a lot of things. And then you also taste a little bit of turkey meat. So that's almost every ingredient. I left out a couple of secret ingredients that I'm not going to tell you about. Yeah, it's just something I like. Now, I'll ask you people here, is it too spicy? Because I really want to know if it's too spicy. I need to dial it back a little bit. Raise your hand if you think it's too spicy. Okay, good.
I don't.
I just
raise your hand if
you
you
should
think
come up with a name for it.
Yep. This year I just called it Rusty's Rotary Chili.
Well, it's named after a couple Rotarians that have passed.
That's right.
That done forgotten.
I've stolen from them. Yeah, the Warren Weber and the Owen Day. Maybe I can come up with the name. What do you say, Barbara?
I think it needs more beer.
There you go. Can't go wrong with a little more beer.
How many hours does it take to make this plus adding the beer?
Well, yeah. Well, it really depends on how much beer you drink, Nicole. Yeah. But so it could slow down the process, and you might even forget a step or two. So it takes about 4 to 5 hours to do it, right? Because you have to cook it on low and simmer it. And then, like I said, for me, it's a 2-day process because I like to tweak it a little bit and taste it. There was somebody asking a question.
And then he's like, she said the shoe one. I was like, okay.
Russ, Lily thinks it's delicious, and now she's officially had her first beer.
This is why I gave the warning. I gave the warning. There you go.
Right,
so beer and bratwurst.
It's delicious.
Just a little.
That's good.
It's just
Very
a little
good.
bit here. So good. Yeah, and I see somebody else is down here. Looks like they're in a kitchen. Who is that?
Yes, I think that's Julie.
That's Julie.
Hi.
Yeah, but I think the major key to cooking anything that people forget is to taste. You have to taste while you go. Otherwise, you have no idea. So that's my tip for anybody cooking. If you don't taste your food, you have no idea. Now the real expert can speak up.
Are you available for parties?
Very small parties. Intimate parties.
Julie, how are you? Julie, I want to ask you a question before you give us your presentation, because I consider you, along with Russ, a key part of this presentation. You told me around Thanksgiving, you mentioned to me, I'm sorry.
Safely away from me, and it's our operations manager. He's holding the camera, so here I am.
Okay, Julie, you told me around Thanksgiving how many pounds of potatoes you guys made for Thanksgiving dinner. How many was that?
A lot of activity, so I can't hear you all, but I can certainly tell you what I have.
Please do.
Okay, so our chicken and white bean chili that we've been making for 30 years in Japan, and it's just an old-time classic recipe. And actually, I tried to find the recipe. It doesn't even exist anymore because it's the same people for 30 years, 35 years, quite frankly, that have been making this recipe. But consistency is always there. And we sell it by the quart.
Jan, you want to come watch us?
Love this. And we sell it with, or I suggest, sour cream, chopped cilantro, grated cheddar, scallions. I use my favorite stemless wine glasses for condiments because I like to move my purposely. I was thinking, like, well, why would I have the chicken white bean chili? Normally I would have beer, but I think a nice white unoaked wine would be very nice. Come here, I think you like this one very much. And this is our famous chicken chili, so I hope you all like it. And then over here, this is what we make it in. This is a 60-quart stock pot. It's huge. So we make it in this. We roast all the chicken in this beautiful oven here. And we go through about 200 pounds of chicken a day. So it is, it's a favorite. And my apron is a favorite. Thank you very much for sending me the apron. I love it. And I have to give a special shout out to Barbara Weiss. Hi, Barbara, my high school career counselor. So it's so nice to see you. And Jean-Pierre, hi Jean-Pierre, nice to see you too. And everyone else. So I hope you enjoy. And if you don't like your rotary, then look at me. Shameless, she's like one of our Easter eggs.
Hey, Julie, I want you to know, Julie, while you were giving that presentation in the kitchen, I ran and went through the cash boxes.
Cash boxes? Cash boxes? Cash boxes?
I said, while Julie was in the kitchen, I went and robbed the cash boxes up front.
They went to go rob the cash boxes in the front of the house.
Is John in Contro on this call?
He will be. Okay,
Julie,
Julie, I want to ask you a question. You told me around Thanksgiving, you told me the amount of potatoes you make to prepare for your Thanksgiving dinners. How many pounds or how many potatoes do you make every Thanksgiving?
Go ahead. 600 pounds consistently every year for 30 years. 600 pounds of garlic mashed potatoes. We peel the potatoes. We roast the garlic. It's from scratch. How many, like 220 quarts of turkey gravy, where we roast all the necks, make the mirepoix. I mean, we make every single thing from scratch. The smells that emanate from the kitchen, you can smell all the way down to Leon's gas station.
Wow.
And it's a really fun time in the kitchen because we're just in a group with everything. It's a lot of work, particularly with COVID, with everyone having to be so far apart. You can see these X's. This is where everyone stands. Oh, we used to have, I don't know, 10 people people working in here, now we have 3 at a time. I've answered more than your question.
Okay, so Julie, did Barbara suggest you go into the restaurant business? And if not, what did she suggest for your career?
Suggest going to the restaurant industry, or what was your career? Would I suggest you career? No, I think the restaurant industry is actually going to be a really interesting industry post-COVID. There is so much opportunity, and I think it's going to be radically changed from what we have seen in the past. So for anyone who has an entrepreneurial spirit, who can be nimble, who can think out of the box, who can be really dedicated, understand the community, employees, management, vendors, perishable items, and can operate on a dime. Did you want to be in the restaurant industry? Oh, no, I've never worked in a restaurant. Never. I was in advertising and public relations, and I was a concierge at Hyatt Regency in Chicago. And before that, I was a copywriter at Sears Corporate in Chicago. And then, no, I've never worked in a restaurant.
Okay. Did Barbara, as your guidance counselor, did Barbara steer you into the restaurant business?
Barbara steer you to the restaurant industry. Barbara was the biggest cheerleader, the biggest encourager of all. She just said whatever, I don't know what she said. She always had great faith in me. She always encouraged, and she's just been a steadfast friend and mentor for Barbara. How many years? 40 years?
Julie, more years than I would like to count. And I must say, in answer to Mitch's question, I did tell Julie whatever she went into, she would be a success because she has people skills, she has organizational skills, she has it all. And I want to say to everyone that Julie has pivoted so many times during this COVID crisis, and she's totally redone her business. She still is very successful. And I just thank you so much, Julie, for being here and all of your staff. You're such an asset to the community, and we appreciate your chili, your cookies, but most of all, we appreciate you. So thank you, my dear, very much.
I love you. I love you. I love this community. San Marino has been terrific to me personally, to the business. So thank you everyone very, very much. Thank you for inviting me.
Lovely. Thank you.
What you said, Barbara, I totally agree with you. One of the things, being right across the street, Julie, it's amazing how hands-on you are. You're out there helping people get through the line, telling people who's next. If anyone thinks that you kind of hide away and count money, they are completely wrong. You are very, very involved on a day-to-day basis. I really admire that about you, and especially during the pandemic. It's been amazing to watch you work.
Thank you very much.
Okay, what's next on the agenda?
I think I am, but first I would like to thank Julie as well, and we appreciate your joining us today, and thank you again for your time and for your generous contribution to Rotary and this event. So thank you.
My pleasure. Nice to see you all.
Thank you. So, and my thanks too to Barbara for doing the work to help with the donations from Julianne, and also the cornbread that was donated by Gus's Barbecue. And so thanks to Barbara and to Gus's for their contribution. So I made, I hadn't intended to be a chef here, but I did make one chili, and it's a recipe that is basically, it's referred to as just the basic Texas chili. And I used a recipe, kind of two different ones, and one was from Chef Jeremiah Tower, and you may remember him as the chef at Star's restaurant in San Francisco, and had worked, one of the first chefs working with Alice Waters at Chez Panisse in Berkeley. And according to Jeremiah Tower, real Texas chili has meat, chili pods, and water in it. That's it. And so this chili is made with beef and some pork, just cut up. It's not ground, it's cut up in small pieces. And it's made with, following Russ's direction, this is made with beer. It has some beef stock in it, and it has a puree for, instead of putting chili powder or anything like that, it's got a puree of ancho and guajillo peppers, which you roast and soak in water and blend, and some spices. It's got cumin and oregano and a bunch of onion and garlic. And basically that's it. And you just cook it for quite a while to mix the flavors. Texas chili traditionally doesn't have beans in it. And so what I think traditionally was done is that you have the chili and then you'll have a side of beans or rice or cornbread or tortilla, whatever kind of starch that you like. I have friends who like to make chili with spaghetti, pasta instead of rice. So I think the fun part with chili is that there are a lot of variations. I think what Julie made, the white chili, is quite good. And Russ's chili, I think, is excellent. And for me, if it's not spicy enough for you, that's me. I think my esophagus is getting older, and I don't like really spicy food. But I do like the taste of the chili. So you tell me what you think. If I'm be curious to know.
Excellent. I think it's excellent. Very good, Stephanie.
That's really good, Stephanie. The meat's very tender. We love it.
Very much so.
Yes, very good.
The spice level was just right.
And Stephanie, how much beer is in yours?
4 bottles. 4 bottles of Sierra Nevada.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
About the same amount of, there's about the same amount of beef stock also.
Okay.
And then the ground, the pureed chilies.
Stephanie, did you drink your beer while you were making chili? That's the most important thing.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
You always have to have a little inspiration there for the chili.
Okay, Russ, you mentioned 2 beers that are very rarely mentioned in the same sentence, Budweiser and Boddington's.
Yes.
And Boddington's is one of my favorites. Do you drink Boddington's while you pour the Budweiser in the chili?
That's it. See, there you go. That's what I like. I like a Boddington. I like to drink a Boddington's because it's, those of you who are beer connoisseurs might know that Boddington's is poured with a nitrous tab in the bottom of the can. When you open the can, it pours kind of like a Guinness. And so it's got a really nice, kind of an airy taste to it. But it's a great beer. And when you buy them at the store, they only come in 4-packs. And they're a little bit taller looking, but they come in 4-packs. They're a little pricey, but they're worth it because you don't drink the Boddington's fast. You drink it nice and slow, and you enjoy it. I learned about Boddington's way back when I worked at a place called Crown City Brewery.
Oh, yeah.
How many of you remember Crown City Brewery? Yeah. So that was close to 30 years ago for me, but that's where I learned about beers from around the world and how to learn how to add beer to my chili. So
I
there
see
you
that
go.
Barbara has her hand up.
Russ, I agree with you. It's a little pricey, but it's cheaper than going to England. And I love Boddington's as well. I have to tell you, the only reason I eat chili is so I can have a cornbread side. And Gus's Barbecue is right there on Fair Oaks and is owned by a San Marino family. And you can buy that cornbread mix and you add eggs, butter, milk, and a few friends, and you've got a party going, and then you can go to Russ's and have chili with it. But Gus's is at 808 Fair Oaks Avenue. And again, we are very appreciative that they donated this cornbread, which is delicious. And I even toast it in the morning and have it just for breakfast. But so you can either buy the cornbread there or you can buy the mix there. They also have a shop online where you can buy their sauces, you can buy anything. And it's a great place. They have a few tables outside, but they do a touchless pickup, so you can buy their ribs, their chili, anything there. So I commend them and thank them for their participation today.
And that is the Bicos family, B-I-C-O-S, John Bicos, the San Marino High School graduate who took over Gus's and is there every day. Great guy.
Mitch, do you know if the owner of Gus's also owns other restaurants as well?
I think so, and we were trying to figure that out earlier. I can't remember the name of them. It's not the Hat, but it's a restaurant kind of like the Hat. I can't remember which one it is, but I know.
I think one of them was a partner in Tui's.
No,
right?
that's not correct. This is Steve Tall. They also own Magnolia's, I think is the name on.
That's right.
And I think there's another restaurant they own away from the area, but the family has been in the restaurant business for a long time in Pasadena. They owned a burger place up on either Walnut or Foothill.
Good job, Steve.
And Steve, I believe that John Bicos graduated from high school on or about the same time as your nephew Taylor. Is that right?
That is correct.
Yeah. Would you like to give your half-hour State of the City presentation now, or table that for a while?
We're doing well, thank you.
Yeah. That's all we wanted to hear from you anyway. Very good. What's next on the agenda? You are keeping me square on this thing.
Well,
Stephanie. Where are
we have a short video.
Oh, good.
It's from the Cooking Network. I think Aaron's going to share his screen and show it.
Yes, okay, just give me 1 sec here. And when I share a video, at times, I think it'll just block out everybody. So if I can't see anyone, so if you can't hear it, please say something, okay? 1 second.
Real quick, the owner of Gus's also owns Tops Burgers on Colorado, which is delicious.
Tops,
and
that's right.
Place open is Taco Cita on Rosemead, but I think it's closed now though.
Okay, folks, here we go. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear that.
So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna make a chili powder from scratch, right?
Okay.
We got a flame here, right, in a pan. All right, so we're gonna start off first with some ancho chilies. And these are dried smoked poblano chilies.
Right.
I wanna take the seeds out, okay, because I just want the flavor from the pulp right now. I'm gonna add these to the saute pan because I wanna warm up the flavors a little bit, all right? They're kind of sleeping right now. They've been kind of dried out for a little while. I'm also gonna add, all right, some cumin to this. I'm also gonna add some coriander seeds, right? I'm also gonna add a little bit of dried oregano to this. Starting to kind of get a little smoky already, but it's a good thing. Right? I want to kind of wake everything up, right? Some paprika. I'm also going to add some chili powder to this.
That's starting to smell good already.
Yeah, it's going to start to smell good in a couple minutes. I'm going to mace everybody out of the house. Like, whoa! All right, so I'll put the stuff into a Cuisinart.
So that was just like a minute or so.
A minute, but you can see the smoke?
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't take long. Okay, so lock this up like that. What I want to do is I want to break up the ancho chilies and everything else, and basically I'm going to make my own spice mix. This smells delicious.
Oh, man.
All right, so I'm going to take this, just kind of decant it. Okay, can't put this away for right now. Okay, and then we're going to chop up some beef shoulder, which I think is a really kind of important part of the recipe. Kind of scale this down. The pieces have to be kind of consistent. It's kind of important at this point. I think like that. Yeah, 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches. Then we cut up an onion like that. You've got one. I've got one. So it's like onions and garlic. Chop the whole thing up. So we got garlic and onions. I'm gonna start cooking this stuff. All right. I'm gonna cook this down until it starts to caramelize a little bit, right? Because I really want to start to flavor the beef. And this is when we start layering our flavors together, right?
Right.
So this probably take like, I don't know, like 12 minutes or so. All right, Stan, check this out.
Okay.
All right, so onions are starting to caramelize down a little bit, right?
Right.
right, at this point, we're gonna take the meat, right? We'll throw this in. Okay. Boom. There you go. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is kind of toss all those kind of deliciously happy garlic and onion flavor all throughout
Just
the meat.
get it browned.
So we start off with 2 tablespoons, or maybe
A little. There you go.
like that. So I'm gonna take 1 chipotle, just 1, okay? I'm gonna throw that in there on top of that. All right, and I'm gonna take like what, jalapeno? What, half a jalapeno? What do you think? Half a jalapeno, because we always add a little more.
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno, baby. Okay, I'm gonna add the seeds and everything to that, right?
Right.
Okay, so probably I think 2 28-ounce cans of hand-crushed tomatoes. Boom, you throw that if you want.
Okay.
Cool. Just give us a good stir.
Cinnamon.
All right, a little cinnamon stick in there. Okay, a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar. It's gonna make it taste well-rounded. And then I'm gonna cap it off with water. All right, and I'm just gonna let this stew. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a good stir. Okay, let this cook down for about like an hour, hour and a half until the meat starts to fall apart. And like I said before, we're gonna tighten up a little bit of mozzarella, and then also we get some like good little kind of my little secret flavors. Let's talk about this chili for a sec. All right, this is authentic Mexican chocolate. Kind of break it up into the chili. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some masa harina. All right, it's gonna thicken it up, it's gonna cream it out at the same time. So put it back on the stove. I'm gonna stir in the masa harina. All right, and this is gonna take just a little time to cook to finish up. But this is kind of like the great little touch, and it smells so incredibly Texan. Take a look at it, guys.
Wow, it's very creamy.
See how it starts to thicken up the mozzarella? How awesome.
You don't really see the chunks so much anymore.
Should we do it?
You're gonna give us a taste finally?
Finally.
That time of the day? That time of the day? All right, just try that, because this is like one of the purest flavors, right? It's traditional, authentic American cooking. Texas chili, once you taste it, and nothing else in the world compares.
Oh my.
Mmm. Oh my
That
God.
is good.
Mmm.
Okay, well, does anyone have a favorite chili recipe that they'd like to share? No?
Stephanie, I think I would just come to your house.
Smart idea.
Thank you. Well, it's fun to do, and even these samples, they're all a little bit different. I think that's great, and they're all good. So, do you guys like spicy? Do you like it spicier than this, or what do you think? Bob?
Spicy.
Spicy?
I'm up for the spicy, yes.
Yeah.
I'd go less spicy.
Less spicy.
Yeah.
So.
Eddie, you've got to break bread every time you eat. So I'm sure you've got to, if it's too spicy, then you can use your bread. I don't know if you guys have ever seen videos that on Instagram that Teddy's kids post, but almost all of them include Teddy breaking bread when he eats. And the bread's always too hot, but he can't stop breaking the bread. He keeps on at it over and over and over. He won't give up. He just won't give up. So he's relentless. He tortures himself. And I know he's burning his fingers, but the payoff must be worth it, Teddy, right?
Is it worth it?
Yes. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Ariana put him on TikTok. He has 11 million views.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know,
She
Mitch.
wishes she had as many views for her comedy as her dad has just for opening bread.
He's not happy about it, okay?
John, I might suggest you add cheese to the chili to cool it down a bit. I lived in Mexico for a year, and I think I ate more cheese than chili because it was so hot. My family made it very spicy, so I would always add lots and lots of cheese.
I'll try that.
Oh, so the dairy cuts the spice, is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'm curious, how Dennis and little Paul, I mean, how did you like the chili? You're on.
Is Dennis all on?
You're on mute.
You're on mute, Dennis.
We want to see.
There you go.
Paul says it was very good.
Yeah.
I am going to save, I think this is Stephanie's chili for dinner tonight. So
Okay.
it was just what a wonderful lunch though. It was just great.
Yeah, it was very wonderful, very superb. You know, the one thing about, you were saying, the lady was saying about South Pasadena. Well, my brother went in South Pasadena on Maple, Street in South Pasadena. So that's where, you know, his wife get dinner sometime there sometime.
And Julianne's.
No, at Gus's.
At Gus's.
Gus's,
But, yeah, they went in South Pasadena.
Yeah,
So,
good barbecue.
Yeah, Gus's barbecue. That's the one.
I'm interested in asking people what restaurants they used to frequent that they miss.
Oh, which one? Gus's.
Gus's.
Barbecue.
Yeah.
Gus's barbecue in South Pasadena. That's
Does
the
anybody
good
have
one.
any favorites?
It's very close to my brother's house.
I miss the Moose Lodge up in Fawnskin.
They're Mitch Cannon.
Mitch Lehman.
Yeah, Mitch Lehman. Yeah.
Good to see you, Paul. Great to see you. Enjoying Dennis's back porch, huh?
Hey, you got it.
Looks like fun over there.
How your work doing today?
It's going well. It's going well. Very good. Got a lot of work to do. As soon as we hang up on the Zoom, I got a lot of things to write. But knowing that you're going to read the paper makes me happy.
Well, hopefully you can write it for Dennis. He's the one who got me to come to this.
Yeah, glad you're here too. This is great. You're a former champion, right? So you've got to be here. Former chili cook-off champion.
Yeah, remember you were the champion of the chili cook-off. I'm gonna put you on mute now.
Paul, put Dennis on mute.
So Russ, what restaurant do you miss?
So I mentioned it in the chat. When I was a kid growing up, I worked at a restaurant called the El Encanto in Azusa Canyon. And they used to have really good prime rib and corn fritters. I don't know if anybody here has ever been to the El Encanto. It's now closed, but let's see. It was Bill and Donna Hinckley who owned it, and they ran it really well. And it was just a great prime rib steakhouse. And so I missed that one. But I also miss places like Monty's that closed down over here. I miss that steakhouse. So I like steakhouses like that. And I kind of would love to see more open up in the future. I feel really bad for all the restaurant owners who are struggling now. What my wife and I try to do, because we both worked in restaurants, is we try to go to small restaurants that are owned by families and support them as best we can.
Well, I think maybe Rotary should start some outings or takeouts from some of the restaurants around town. It kind of sounds like we're going to be in COVID mode for quite a while, so maybe we can do that. I think it'd be fun and support the local businesses here too.
I agree.
That's such a good idea. We could pick one a week or a month, and we could all go and have our Rotary meeting together.
Sure.
What do you think?
Sounds good. I like the idea.
This is the best meeting we've had, and credit to all of you. It's really fun.
Yeah, I think so. Maurice, how's Jones Coffee doing?
We were just talking about that the cold brew is like having a Guinness because it's done with nitrogen. Has the same quality. Jones Coffee is doing great. There's been some restrictions lifted, so there's a lot of outside seating. But we're very grateful to the community for all the support that they've been provided, and some of our takeout has been pretty robust, but we're still down compared to previous years, but we're very hopeful.
Good. Well, Lucille, I know you like to eat out a lot. What are you missing? Can you unmute yourself there?
There we go.
Okay. No, you can talk now. Hello, this is Lucille. Excuse me. I was eating while all of you were talking, so I missed your conversation, but I had chili, and more chili.
Well, that's great. But what restaurants do you miss now that you can't go out? I know you eat out a lot.
I eat all my meals out, but I haven't been out in 6 months.
So what restaurant do you miss?
Do you miss Colonial Kitchen?
Colonial Kitchen, that changed ownership temporarily, but then it fell through. And so Linda and Frank are back in there now running it.
Well, that's one.
But we lost one of our favorite servers, Rosa. She left the company and she's in Mexico. And so Frank comes in and opens up the restaurant in around 5 o'clock or 6 in the morning. And then if I'm not coming in, he will bring my breakfast by my house for me.
Wow. Well, that's very nice. You get
Wow, personal service.
Yes, that's great. Well, it's great to see you, Lucille. We haven't seen you on the Zooms lately, so I'm glad you could join in today.
I've been hiding, staying in because of the virus, because I'm only 97, but they say it takes the lives of old people. And so I figure, well, that's pretty old. So I'll turn 98 in September, then I'll start coming out again.
Okay, okay. Did you get a vaccination?
Yes, I did. And I'm getting my second shot on the 22nd.
Good.
Terrific.
Good.
Great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love to Rotary and all of you.
We love you, Lucille.
We love you, Lucille.
We love
you.
And we love you, Lucille.
I love Lucy.
Thank you, Debbie, for bringing her on.
Hey, Bob Houston, you told me something about Chasen's chili. What do you know about Chasen's chili? Unmute. You're muted.
There we go.
There we go.
They talk about Texas, but the California chili is the Chasen's chili. Chasen's was the restaurant where Ronald Reagan asked Nancy to marry him, and that booth is at the presidential library now. Chasen's is now Bristol Farms, but in the back are some of the tables and chairs from the old restaurant still there. But the Chasen's chili is great. It's an old-fashioned recipe. This goes back to the 30s. You don't roast peppers and those kind of fancy culinary techniques. Whenever I make it, I have to go find some Farmer's Brothers cumin to tell you how old that recipe is. But it's pinto beans and beef and pork and peppers and onions, and it's not as spicy. It's just a real meaty, great chili. It's the one famous that Elizabeth Taylor had them ship her containers of it when she was filming Cleopatra. So the restaurant closed in 1995. It used to be a real secret what that recipe was. I've been making it for years. It's now all over the internet. No big secret anymore, but it's delicious.
I think you
Thank you
passed
for
out
sharing
the,
that with us.
Yeah, Bob, didn't you pass out the recipe a few years ago?
Yeah, I cooked it
Yeah.
a few years. It's just a unique tasting. It's not too spicy, very flavorful though. But it's an old-fashioned recipe with not these tasty current techniques. And when I cook it, I cannot drink beer. There's so much chopping and trimming the meat that my hands would be all bloody if I had any beer, I'm afraid. So I have to abstain while I'm cooking.
You need to try harder on that, Bob.
Hey, there's nobody from the fire department this year? Did anyone reach out to anyone from the fire department? They're a typical competitor in the chili cook-off.
Well, I did, and Chief Rueda spoke with us a few weeks ago, and they were going to be cooking chili and the police department, but I think that Chief Lueda, particularly because he's in charge of COVID safety, and didn't want to participate this year just for the safety reason, I think. But I'm sure next year we'll be happy to go up against Bob and Russ with their chilies and try again. And any of you who have a new idea too, that would be a lot of fun. So regretfully, police and fire didn't join us, but I think we had a fun tasting anyway. And
Fantastic.
Yes.
We're gonna dust off Little Paul's recipe next year, right, Dennis? Absolutely. So I don't know if you know, but National Chili Day is, anyone know when National Chili Day is this year?
No.
It is February 25th, next Thursday. So in 1 week, it'll be National Chili Day. And I looked it up just for fun. They track chili back to a Spanish nun who never left her convent, but did a lot of cooking. And she made chili in the 1600s. And then there's another belief that chili was also made in the Canary Islands. So that's the history of chili, or at least a history of chili.
yeah, apparently the chili is a Nahuatl word, and that they're indigenous to Mexico, and were the first dishes and foods made there. So since has spread worldwide. Maybe next time we can try some chili dishes from with a different twist. Maybe Asian twist might be fun. Or Middle Eastern twist.
With cornbread, of course.
Yeah, with cornbread, of course.
Mandatory.
With hot cornbread.
Right.
Okay.
Stephanie, do you have anything else, or would you like me to
No,
close
I
the
think that's it. I'm going to finish my lunch here, and but I thank everyone for coming, and I think I had a good time, so I hope you all did too.
You guys did a great job.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yes,
thank
yes.
you.
Good job, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Russ. Thanks, Barbara.
Good
Yeah.
Thank you, Jean-Pierre.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Thank you,
Mitch,
Russ.
thank you, Mitch.
Glad to be here. Thank you. Thank
So
you.
National Chili Day is February 25th.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes, thank you to Russ and to Stephanie and Julie.
And the rover has successfully landed on Mars.
That's what we heard.
Thanks, Dennis. Again, thank you to Russ, Stephanie, and Julie for contributing chili. Thank you to Stephanie, Barbara, and JP for the distribution today, and for all the work that went into this event. Thank you so much. And Mitch, if you're there, thank you so much for taking time out of your day, this event, and you made this event extra special. As always, Mitch has done so much for our club, and we thank him for that. Thank you so much, Mitch. Thank you.
Lehman.
Well,
Little
yeah,
Paul.
well, yeah.
All right, folks. Please don't forget our program for next week is Annick Foucrier on the history of the French in California from 18th to 20th centuries. Rotarians and guests, thank you so much for joining us for today's meeting. We'd like to thank Julie, Little Paul, and Lily for coming today. You're welcome anytime. The February 18th, 2021 meeting of the Rotary Club of San Marino is adjourned. Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Great job, Stephanie, Barbara, JP, Russ.
We're
Mitch,
back
thank
on,
you.
what, 1:35 for the board?
1:35, yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you, Bob.
See ya.
Good to see you, Lucille. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much, Debbie.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Lucille.
Yes.
Nice to see you, Lucille.
Good to be with all of you.
Yes. Okay. Lucille?
Yes.
I will see you, or actually, I will call you soon. Okay?
Thanks, Aaron.
Love you. Thank you, Debbie, for your help today.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay,
Great.
bye y'all.
Yeah.